Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. According to Google, the average temperature in Brazil ranges from 72 to 79 degrees annually, without much fluctuation between the seasons. And I have no way of proving this, but I'd be willing to bet that any spot that's occupied by bikini sensation Etila Santiago is at least 10 degrees hotter than anywhere else in the country. Last year, Etila became one of the breakout stars of the division by winning 3 out of her 6 regular season contests before she went on to have a really strong performance during Olympia weekend. According to sources inside Etila's team, she believes that she's already way ahead of where she was at this point last year, and that a top 5 Olympia finish feels like a legitimate possibility. And if you consider how many things ebb and flow in bikini, it doesn't seem like a huge stretch to see her establish herself as one of the elites in the division. One of the big issues I have with some of these crazy academic and bro science theories is that the majority of the people who come up with this stuff haven't actually put any of this into practice. Yet they like to tout this stuff as gospel despite the fact that they have absolutely zero proof that it works. That's why I have so much respect for athletes like Samson Dauda, because they're the ones who put their money where their mouth is. Samson looks as good as I've seen him right now, and a lot of this progress we see from last year to this year is because he committed to learning through action. And once people with his talent figure out how to put all the pieces together, it doesn't take long to start feeling their presence. As a kid, people like to tell you that slow and steady wins the race. But then you become an adult and you see someone like Keone Pearson getting results fast and steady. And then you start to realize that most of the stuff you learned as a kid was completely useless. The latest updates from Keone's team show him hovering right around the 210-pound mark, which should still put him right on schedule to make his 212 debut before the end of the season. Keone's made so much progress over the last year or so that it's almost hard to wrap your head around it. And once he's finally ready, I think he can step in and be competitive with anyone else in the division right from day one. And finally, I want to end today's show by sending a get well soon shout out to my good friend Guy Cisternino. In case you haven't heard, last week Guy was hospitalized due to what looked to be an issue with a blood clot, and he was still undergoing treatment and testing as of the taping of this show. For anyone who knows Guy or who's followed his career, you know that he's one of the most mentally and physically tough people on the planet. So there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be back and bounce back from this. So after this show, if you guys could go, please take some time to send some support his way. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Get well, big guy. We want to see you back soon in action. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.